I would like now at this stage to proceed and also show a demonstration for tables. We can insert a table caption, insert caption. Now instead of the figure, we can change it to table. So we will have the first table of section 1. We click OK. Let's call it statistics of something. Statistics of, okay. You can also cross-reference this just above the table by saying table 1.1 shows statistics of. So again, we make use of the cross-reference. We click cross-reference. In this case, we don't want to cross-reference a figure. Instead, we want to cross-reference a table. So you choose a table option, and indeed we only have one table so far. Again, choose only label and number, and then you click insert. Then you can write the corresponding words, say figure, or rather table 1.1 shows statistics. Let me repeat the same thing. Suppose we have another table which we would have wanted to appear before this other one. We click insert. Again, it's table. What happens to the original table 1.1? It has now changed to table 1.2. So let's call this original statistics for purposes of this presentation. So we are calling it original statistics. Then we can also add a cross-reference to it by saying it's a table. It's now the original, so we click on it so that it's highlighted in blue. Again, only label and number. Then we click OK, close it, shows original statistics. Again, you can see that the original table 1.1 has changed to table 1.2, but the corresponding cross-reference is still reading table 1.1 show statistics. So again, you select the whole document by clicking Ctrl A, and then you run and update. So that is the most important thing that you need to do when it comes to cross-references. Earlier on, I talked about a number of headings. Just to make sure that your documentation is systematic, the template I have here already contains those headings I talked about. So suppose I wanted to insert a subsection of demonstration. So I simply click on heading 2. Then let's call it subsection of demonstration. So that's how you can proceed with it, etc. If we wanted to move on to the second section, again, we make use of heading 1. Then we call it demonstration 2. Demonstration 2. Demonstration 2. Yes, demonstration 2. And then within section 2 as well, we can have a heading 2, which we call subsection of demonstration 2. So you can move on with subsections all the way to subsection 6. It permits you to do exactly that. Let me just again, let me just repeat the same thing. So if you wanted to insert a figure here or a table, we click on reference, insert caption. It's now saying the first table of section 2. So here it is. We can call it, let's call it what? Further statistics. Further statistics So the other things will be exactly the same thing. You can cross-reference it, and the manner in which you cross-reference is exactly the same. We can also just insert another figure here. We click Insert Caption. Let's say choose figure so that we can have the first figure of section 2. So you can do this, what do we call it, map of South America. So you can go on and on all the way to section 10 by making use of heading 1. So now that we've done that, can we try to, at this point, to insert the list of tables? We want to insert a list of tables because we have created a few tables within our document. So to be able to insert the list of tables or a list of figures, you click on reference again. Then you select the option called Insert Table of Figures. Oh, but perhaps before I do that, let's create a heading for the list of figures if we have to start with figures. So you go home. Remember the non-numbered headings I talked about? We can make use of, in my case, I'm calling it title heading. Click on it. Then I say list of figures, so that below this heading I can insert the list of figures by clicking on reference, then insert table of figures. There it is. So we choose the caption label is figures, so we retain that because that is the list of figures. Then we click OK. So what happens here is that all the figures we have in our document appear here automatically. We can also create another heading for the list of tables, again by making use of the non-numbered title, which is list of tables, list of tables. So we can insert our list of tables here by clicking on reference, insert table of figures, and then you choose table in this case because we want the list of tables. Then we click OK. So all the tables we have in our document appear here. You can see that the numbering is in Roman, but let me just try to show that just by trying to insert our table numbers. I can remove what we had before. Then I insert new figure numbers, new figure numbers at the bottom of, here they are. It is numbered in Roman, so let me try to format so that they can be numbered in a standard format. Then we click OK. So again, after making any change, you are at liberty to select the whole document. You can see that it's still showing Roman, but I've changed the pagination. So anytime you make a change, you click on Update Entire Table. Make sure you always select the option of Update Entire Table, like what I've done here. So there we are. So you can keep updating this document as and when you add figures, equations, or tables. Once we are through with that, we can also add our table of contents just above this. To be able to add the table of contents, you click on references. You say table of contents. Now, don't insert the automatic table of contents because we've created other headings that go beyond heading 3. If you use the automated format, then only headings 1 to 3 will appear in the table of contents. The non-numbered headings I was showing earlier were borrowed from heading 7, 8, and 9. So to make sure that all our headings appear in the list, or rather in the table of contents, we must click on Custom Table of Contents. But before we do that, let's again make use of our non-numbered headings so that we can have a heading called Table of Contents. Click Enter, then go to References, Table of Contents. Now make sure you select Custom Table of Contents, and then change this option that shows only 3 levels. You can make sure you select all the levels. They go normally up to level 9. So you click OK. So here you see that our table of contents has been generated. It includes all the sections and subsections we have within our document. Now, what I'm presenting here is just a template, but whatever it is here should actually appear on different pages. On different pages. For example, the list of figures should be on its own page. The list of tables should be on its own page. And all these other sections you are seeing here should be in their own corresponding pages. So that is exactly how you automate the numbering of documents to make your write-up